Ecclesiastes 1. I read from the Institute for Scripture Research, the ISR, because it takes a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Greek to English, and Aramaic to English. Yah is the Elohim of the heavens and the earth, the first and the last and the only, and he's an extremely jealous El. He's so jealous that he doesn't even want the names of idols or mighty ones to come to our lips. And the letter J, and Yah is short for YahWeh, YahWeh, Yod-Heh, Vav-Heh. No difference. It's like saying Dan, Daniel, Daniel with an E. What is the difference and does matters when people say that Sim, Sam, Tim, Bob, Adam, Phil, that they're all the same name, but they're not. And no one in their right mind would believe that. And only crazy people think that a hammer can force its creator to do anything. We are the hammer, and there is no letter J in the Hebrew, Greek, or Aramaic texts, because the letter J is about 600 years old, while the son of Elohim, Yehoshua, died on a stake for the sins of all of humanity over 2,000 years ago. And a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Yehoshua is Joshua. And I strongly believe that the son of Elohim's name, Yehoshua, means YahWeh is salvation. Ecclesiastes, another word for Ecclesiastes is convener. Ecclesiastes is spelled Ecclesiastes, and convener is Convener. And in Hebrew it's Qoheleth, Qoheleth. I'm pretty sure I butchered that. I usually do. If I say H with a dot, the dot is always underneath the H, right in the middle. If I say G with a line on top of it, the line is always on top of it in the middle. Whenever I mention the line is always on top or underneath, but it's always right in the middle. And if I say E with a half a check mark, the half a check mark is always on top of the E, and if I find it anywhere else, I'll point it out. And if I enunciate a word or a name, it's because it's enunciate it more than so, it's because it's referred to YahWeh, Yehoshua, or the set-apart spirit, or any of their titles. And I'll obviously point out what I believe their titles are, because again, they're capitalized. It wouldn't just say South with like a lowercase s. It would have been like South with a capital S or something like that to refer to an action done by one of the three or their own name, title, so-and-so, directly related to. Ecclesiastes 1. The words of Qoheleth, son of David, Dawid with a line underneath of it, sovereign in Jerusalem, Yerushalayim, futility is Futility. Futility says Qoheleth. Futility, all is futile. Excuse me. What does man gain from all his labor in which he toils under the sun? A generation passes away and a generation comes, but the earth stands forever. The sun also rises and the sun sets and hurries back to the place where it arose, going to the south and turning around to the north, turning, and on its rounds the wind turns. All the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea never overflows. To the place from which the rivers come, there they return again. All matters are wearisome. No one is able to speak of it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. What has been is what shall be. What has been done is what shall be done, and there is no matter under the sun. Is there a matter of which it is said, see, this is new? In it was here already long ago. There is no remembrance of former ones, nor is there any remembrance of those that are to come by those who come later on. I, Quaholeth, was sovereign over Yisrael. YISRA apostrophe E with a half a check mark L in Jerusalem. Jerusalem, I can't remember if I spelled it up there, but I'm going to spell it again anyways. It's YERUSHALAYIM. So at the beginning of every new book, I will re-spell out all the words, because each book is its own playlist, and if people want to listen to the whole way through, I mean, they can, but I also have it in just separate playlists so that people can just read it, or not read it, but like listen to it per book. And excuse me, what was I gonna say? So that's why I do everything new all over again. I'll start respelling all the names that I've spelt bazillions of times earlier. It's because it's a new book, and people like to look through books. They don't like to look through like Bibles. You know, when they're looking for something, they'll look for something that's in a book rather than like looking back through like different books that aren't really needed for what they're looking for, but other books will be more towards the need that they're looking for. So that's why I just every new book I just respell it all out. Unless I've spelled it out a lot throughout the book, then I'll just say the name. Or if it's the name of the book, like Ecclesiastes or Quoheleth, I'll just revert back to the fact that people can just listen to the first book, or the first chapter of that book, and it'll all be there. Get them more into listening to other parts of the Bible. Excuse me. And I set my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all that has been done under the heavens. This evil task Elohim has given to the sons of man to be humbled by it. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and see all was futile and feeding on wind. The crooked could not be straightened, and what is lacking could not be counted. So I spoke it to my heart, saying, see, I have attained greatness, and have gained more wisdom than all who were born before me in Jerusalem, and my heart has seen much wisdom and knowledge. And I set my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I know that this too is feeding on wind. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he who increases knowledge increases suffering. Ain't that the truth? That's so factual. Because I know a lot, but on the larger scale of the whole world, I really know nothing. But from what I do know, all it does is increase suffering. Because if you don't know all the information out there, like what's happening in the world and what people are really trying to do, then you'll have more of a happy life. But the moment you know all that stuff and you keep track of it all, it's just sorrows and sorrows and sorrows. But to be honest, I would rather know than not know. I would rather not be ignorant. Thank you very much. I think people who choose to be ignorant just because that means they don't have to do anything about what's happening, I believe those people are foolish, and extremely foolish. We will all be accountable for our own actions. So if we choose to be stupid, no, that's your own choice. YahWeh is gonna hold you accountable for it, so why do it? Also, I noticed this earlier, and I decided to wait till the end to say it. You know how it has A, B, C, D, stuff like that. It goes through the Bible and has those little letters next to it, and then you go to the bottom page and it'll say what those things are. And this A, which is Quilhaleth, and then it says A, son of David. It's because it says this Hebrew word means assembler or convener, and appellative, Appellativ. The author could have been Shlomo, so Solomon, or else some post-exile writer. So this was before YahWeh sent Babylon against all of Israel. Post-exilic, Exilic. Interesting.